Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to Neverwinter. Today I'll be showing you all about the artifact equipment. As you can see here, I do have artifact main hand, the shield, I do have a waist that is artifact, and also the neck piece. Now the neck piece could be better item level, however I chose this simply because of the power and the critical. Now you want to choose whatever is suitable for your class. Now the way you get these I'll show you right now. You're gonna need about 40 to 45,000 AD roughly. Now go to the trade house here and go for equipment, and you simply want to type in teak. Now teak is gonna be limited to some classes only, so devoted cleric, you're gonna have the ranger here, control wizard. You just simply browse through there. Don't know what class you're using, but as you can see, this is roughly 10,000 AD to buy out. Now if you can't find your class, let's say Guardian Fighter, which is what I have, you simply type in Woods, and here you will have Oathbound Paladins. You do have the Hunter Ranger swords in here, and you know, any other class. Once again, 10,000 AD to buy it out. So that's the main hand, and obviously the secondary weapons that you have, or shield. So as for waist and so on, go in the trade house once again, equipment, get rid of the woods part or whatever you have in there. Let's go to waist and go to choose class and level, and you want to set up the minimal item level to 400. Now once you have 400, it's going to give you artifact items, as you can see. And the one that I have is actually this one right here, and I bought it for around 8,000 AD. Now obviously these are roughly, once again, 10,000 depending if they change or not when you are browsing this. And just go through this. It's not just one piece, you can get different ones. As you can see, these do go up in price by quite a lot. So the cheapest one I think is actually this one at the very start that I showed you, and it's the one that I have. So if you want item level only and don't really care about the stats too much, although you do get armor penetration and power, which is quite good, then you can go ahead and grab this one. Now for the neck piece, I have the Valindrous neck piece. I can show you right now. Here's my neck piece. I got it. It has power, critical, and recovery. So it's the main reason why I got it was because of the power and critical, but the item level is low because of that. So let's go into the trade house once again. You want to go to neck, and you want to set the item level to, once again, 400. Now this will give you artifact, as you can see, 455 item level. It comes with power and deflection depending on what the names of these things are and the stats. You can go and browse further on. They do increase in price, as you can see, and just keep on scrolling. Now be careful not to buy these ones. These are not artifacts, they just are 405 item level. So if that's bothering you, go ahead and change it to 455 item level, and this is guaranteed to only give you artifact stuff. Now the thing about the artifact stuff is, if you don't know this, once you refine them enough, they go up into item level and they increase the stats as well. So you want to get artifact stuff mainly. Now if I keep browsing, obviously I still see the same one, the mantle one. Eventually it's gonna get to like the serpent ones, I think. Yeah, here we go. We got the Skull Lord, which is obviously now higher in price, I guess because of the stats that it comes with. It comes with power and defense and lifesteal. This one, however, is with deflect, so it all varies on what you want to have for the stats, but it keeps on going. And then you get like ones with critical, which are high in price. I would not recommend getting those. If you're all about the item level only right off the bat, I would suggest just getting the first ones, which are just 10,000 AD or under. As you can see here, this one 9,000. Go ahead and get that one. Now that covers all the artifact pieces, I believe. There aren't any for the head, the armor, the arms, and the feet. Now if you want to go even more in item level, I would suggest getting the Drought pants and trousers. So if you go ahead into trade house once again, equipment, and simply type in Drought like so, as you can see, you can actually buy them fairly cheap now. What I got them for was 9,000, so now they're at 6,000. And you know, there's different classes obviously once again. And you know, just buy them and you'll get 405 item level. However, if you are constantly grinding for the salvageable rings on Thrones of the Warren Gods, right over here, or the Prophecy of Madness, you will get demonic hikers. As you can see here, I do have a few. Let me scroll down. So demonic hikers right here, with about 400 demonic hikers, you can go ahead and buy the Droughtcraft pants and shirts. I think it's 375 to be exact, and you can do that in the Mantle of Drought. And you know, they save up over time once you grind a dungeon, or sorry, skirmish, and you can buy it that way if you don't want to waste AD. However, it is really cheap with AD. Now, let's say you're not level 70 and you can't yet get this stuff because obviously your level's too low. Now, it says I'm level 66 because I'm in a region that is limited to level. If I click the touchpad, you can see they're level 70 brackets 66. So if you're low level, I suggest going all the way here to where is it, quests, and you go to campaigns, press triangle, and display campaigns only. So you want to start these off as soon as you hit level 10, and you want to just progress through all of these, you know, do them until you hit the elemental evil one. And in here you will get better gear. As you can see, you start off with like level 270 plus, and eventually you do get into 300s. Now at one part you will get an artifact's weapon. As you can see here, you get a item level 360 artifact weapon, which you can use until you hit the level 70. So it will be better than actually going in Protector's Enclave and choosing between the fire, the earth, the water, and whichever else the other one was. Since you gotta actually grind for that, you gotta get 100 motes. I can show you right here. I think I still have the, yeah, here it is. The Awakened Heart of Fire. You have to get 100 motes. Obviously I didn't do it because I did get the teak stuff instead. So those are simply the main hand and offhand that you get from motes, which is way less item level and worse stats than the teak or woods equipment. So yeah, just go ahead and do the campaigns if you're level 60. And you know, you don't have to worry about artifact stuff until you're level 60 or even 70. Until that, you just go ahead and do the campaigns until like you get the Tyranny of Dragons and whatnot done. See, on this character I only played it for 6 days, and I totally forgot about the campaigns, so I should have been more progressed on the Tyranny of Dragons and whatnot, but I obviously didn't do them right off the bat. So anyway guys, to sum it up, you gotta make sure you have the main hand, the secondary, the waist, and the neck artifact, since you can go ahead and upgrade them and you'll have better item level. As you can see, my total is almost 10,000. With better item level, you can go for better Qs, so Demogorgon, which gives you better items. But anyway guys, hopefully this video was helpful. Once again, for the rings and whatnot, just get them from the Thrones of the Warren Gods and you can equip them. Perhaps they are useful for your class. So this one gives me critical, so that's kind of useful. For these artifacts here, if you actually don't know what to get on these, you want to make sure you have the equip useful for your class. So let's say this one gives me 42 power, which is useful. This one gives me critical. This one gives me lifesteal, which isn't kind of useful right now, but once I got it upgraded to max, it will give me power and whatnot. So I kind of have that one for that reason. This one gives me defense, you know, kind of going for a tank class, even though it's not quite tanky just yet. But yeah, if you can't find them, just go ahead and equipment, and you go to let's see here, artifacts, get rid of this, and search. As you can see, the one that I have, the soul one, 250 AD, so just simply get that one if you want it as well. They're kind of cheap here, although they go up in price, but don't be stupid and get the most expensive one. Get the most cheapest one, obviously. And yeah, but anyway, hopefully this is somewhat useful. It's kind of like a beginner's guide. You know, once you progress in a game, you do have better items. If you go to collections, you can check whatnot, artifacts and whatnot. You can see what our main stats are when they are fully upgraded. So that's one way to check your gear, or you know, think in advance to what you want to get. As you can see, here's the woods stuff. I got it at 435 item level at start. I upgraded it twice. It says 465, and then after it's going to be 480 item level, and it's going to increase power and whatnot, so it's more powerful. You know, and just check it in here if you don't know what the stats are going to be like, and you know, if you want to see or compare stats to anything else. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. A like is appreciated on the video, and I shall see you guys in the next one.